النار اللهم إني أسألك الجنة اللهم إني أسألك الجنة لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إن كنت من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إن كنت من الظالمين حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل سبحان ربك عز ما يصفون والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن بدا وبعد الحمد لله رب العالمين الفاتحة أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Thank you very much, brother. We are now moving this program forward, and then let me just inform you that we are here for a very important program, and this one has to do with the launching of Wapis, West African Police Information System. On the high table, of course, we have a number of people there. We have, of course, the guest of honor in the person of Chief Minister Honorable Jacob Josefa, and then we also have the Inspector General of Police, Dr. Michael Sifula. We have the representative of the European Union, and we also have somebody from Interpol, and then we have the Master of Ceremony, who's going to take over after me. And then I also have the honor to recognize some people with us before I invite the Master of Ceremony for today's program. We have to recognize the presence of the Deputy Inspector General of Police there with us. We also have a representative from the Nigeria High Commission. We also have a representative from the United States Embassy. We have a representative from the Chinese Embassy as well. We also have the Executive Director of NDLA, that is the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. And of course, we have somebody who's very close to us. He's now retired AIG. Mr. Molly Lengo is also here. The Deputy Director of Prisons is here with us. And of course, we have Colonel Sir David Gauja, who is the team lead, technical support team with the Silent Correctional Service. We have the Commissioner of Anti-Corruption Commission. We also have the Deputy Commissioner, so you can see how important is this program. Of course, we have delegation from the European Union and the Ghana High Commission and from the Irish Embassy. So all of them are here. But like I said, this is not I've been given a short task and I want to end it here. So let me take this opportunity to now invite the person who has been designated to take us through this program, the person of Assistant Inspector General of Police, William Fayaselu, who is the Director of Crime Services, to take us through this program. Mr. Fayaselu, I invite yourself.
Thank you very much for the introduction. The Honorable Chief Minister, J.J. Safa, Inspector General of Police, Dr. Michael Sifula, Head of the Political Section of the EU, a representative from Interpol, these heads of services, security services present here, the Anti-Corruption Commissioner, Deputy Commissioner of Anti-Corruption, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, officers, men and women of the SAB here present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very important day in the history of the Sierra Leone Police and by extension of the Republic of Sierra Leone. It is important because today we are going to see the Sierra Leone Police firmly anchored in the global and regional security framework. What we are going to see being launched today is West African Police Information System. This is the brainchild of West African police chiefs who met in 2010 in Brussels in a symposium organized by Interpol under the presidency of a Belgian president of Interpol to try to devise ways of addressing the threats of transnational organized crime and terrorism in the sub-region. Several efforts were made in the past. For example, in 2005, ECOWAS signed a document to establish what we call the Criminal Intelligence Investigations Bureau, CIIB. CIIB was designed to augment the efforts of West African, of ECOWAS states in their effort to combat transnational organized crime and terrorism. But interestingly, after the 2010 symposium in Brussels, the EU, being the major donor partner in this program, decided to release funds to Interpol to develop a data system wherein police information can be shared. Of course, there were gaps at national, regional, and international level. For example, in West Africa, in the last decade of the 20th century, West Africa gradually became a hub for transnational organized crime and terrorism. It was during that period we saw the rise of Boko Haram, Mossad, RUF, MPFL across the sub-region. So Interpol was tasked by EU to develop and implement an automated data system for the sub-region so that together they can work to fight crime. So those police chiefs who were there in that symposium, I'm sure they must be very satisfied wherever they are now, dead or alive, to see their vision being realized across the sub-region. For the EU, the biggest or the donor partner for this program, I'm sure they too, as they are represented here, they are very satisfied that this program is being launched today. And then of course, locally, we have the support of government. In 2017, Sierra Leone signed up to Wapis. But in actual fact, it was only in January 2019 that we actually signed up the MOU with Interpol for an expansion of Wapis to Sierra Leone. And that signing of the MOU has been supported by government, as government provided tremendous support to the SLP to realize this dream. For example, when the equipment were flown in from Abuja, we had to actually meet the chief minister, who coincidentally happens to be the guest of honor, to assist in the way of waivers so that we can realize this dream of our police chiefs before. And the chief minister, when the inspector general mentioned this dream, this project for him, he was very excited about it. And each time we went to him for support, financial support, he will support it. Well, I realized one thing with, he was then finance minister. I realized one thing with finance ministers, they are very interested in security issues. So sometimes I want to think they can double their ministry to be finance and security affairs. Because each time when he was there in that office, he talked to the honorable chief minister, he would say, IG, when this swap is coming up, what support do you need? And he was always there to provide the support. And the Inspector General, of course, he has this program, this project in his heart. When he went to Nigeria for the passing out ceremony for some of our colleagues who are in Nigeria in NIPS, he came back, he called me and said, Hello, Director of Crime Services, what is happening to Wapis? And he gave me a deadline of the end of January, by which time this program would have been expanded and launched in this country. And I'm very happy that I was able to meet that deadline, of course, with his support. This program is going to actually integrate Sierra Leone security service providers into the bigger picture of the region and, of course, internationally. So we are here this morning to witness the official launching of this program in Sierra Leone. We have a very short program which we are going to run through because of the exigency of time. And as Director of Crime Services, on behalf of the Inspector General of Police, officers, men and women of the Sierra Leone Police, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to this program. Having said that, we kick the program forward. We now come to statements. Yes. The first person I'm going to have the honor to invite to to make a statement on this occasion is the Inspector General of Police, who has given the moral and financial support for the realization of this particular project. Inspector General of Police, sir, you are welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator or Mr. Chair. I'm very happy this morning. I'm lost of words, but I have to manage to talk because this has been one of my dreams and it has come to pass. Because I said to myself, my colleague who set up this place, how can't you inject energetic liquid into the system so that the machine will continue to throw and get off this business and get it completed. So I'm a happy man today. The Master of Ceremony, with utmost delight, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Chief Minister who have been at my back. Because where I have been getting some pressure, when equipment came, you know, everybody understand the financial implications. I discussed with him, he said, look, my friend, it's about development of this country. Bring the paper, let me sign them. I have to say thank you for that, because without that, we wouldn't have been where we are here today. The Honorable Chief Minister of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Let me also acknowledge the Anti-Commissioner, who I believe this program has been very close to his heart, because when we are talking about taking data of people who are involved in crimes, it has been a challenge, because if they do their thing and there is no proper records, then we have nowhere to make reference when we are looking at post-investigation of issues. He is here, you've been acknowledged. And on that note, let me align myself with the rest of the other protocols that have been in existence in this program. It is with great pleasure that I once more welcome you as a regent or to this important function and to inaugurate the West African Police Information System, Wapis, National Crime Management System, and CMS, Center for Law Enforcement Agency in Sierra Leone. The system provides a platform for electronic management and the sharing of information on crimes and offenses among various actors. Honorable Minister, Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Sierra Leone joined the Wapis program in 2017. Since then, a lot of collaborative efforts have been made in establishing the center. The development of the relevant framework and regulations, starting and staff training, allocations of office complex, etc., were among the many key steps. In fact, that is why I have to acknowledge Mr. Lengo, a retired Assistant Inspector General of Police, who has been very useful at the initial stage of bringing this Wapis program. Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the importance of Wapis program cannot be overemphasized. The system will not only make effective network among the national actors on crime management, possible, but will also connect us with other law enforcement institutions of participating countries within the ECOWAS region and beyond through the Interpol global communication system. It will overall allow for the effective and efficient coordination and collaboration among stakeholders in combating crime, especially transnational organized crimes. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, the current global security challenges are no doubt escalating, and this is worsened by the widespread cyber threats and the threat posed by terrorism, human and drugs trafficking, among others. These threats cannot be combated in isolation. Through joint concerted effort, it is therefore my strongest conviction that innovation, synergy, collaboration, which this system will facilitate among actors, are key. Therefore, the implementation of this system is without doubt very important and timely, especially in view of the logistical, legal, and other technical limitations. Fortunately, the anticipated dividends of this system falls within the Sierra Leone Police core strategic priorities. That is, strengthening collaboration among local and international actors for preventing and mitigating threats of crime, especially the transnational crimes. So we can now know the importance of this. Like the chairman was talking, we need synergy across West Africa, Africa, and beyond the borders of Africa if we are to combat those erroneous crimes that will destroy any development in any country. Hence, the effective functioning of the system is high among many priorities as Inspector General of the Sierra Leone Police, and all partners are assured of our unwavering commitment in this regard. It is important to note that the implementation of the system in Sierra Leone has been the result of strong collaborative efforts of the stakeholders since we joined the program in 2017. I would therefore want to particularly thank the European Union for funding the project and equally Interpol for the implementation of the project in Sierra Leone. We wouldn't have reached this far on the implementation of this system without the commitment and support of our local partners. In this regard, I would like to single out the Honorable Minister of Internal Affairs and his staff for their strategic support. Similarly, I want to extend our deepest gratitude to the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice for their support in developing the legal framework for this project in Sierra Leone. I want to seize this opportunity to also acknowledge and appreciate my colleagues, the heads of the participating law enforcement agencies, for the long-standing support given to the Sierra Leone Police, and stress that this system is here to also reinforce the interagency collaboration that already exists among our institutions. We should therefore harness the opportunity and effectively use the system to enhance effectiveness in combating criminality, particularly the transnational organized crimes. Let me assure Interpol that the use of the NCMS will be mandatory and that we shall continue to encourage our personnel operatives to take full advantage of the system by populating and exploiting the criminal data in the course of their duties. On this note, it is my greatest pleasure to thank you all and once again welcome you all to the inaugural ceremony of Wapis NCMS Center. I want to thank you all and ask my mouth to shut up.
statements you have made to all of us particularly the guarantee that you have made that the NCSM will be monitored closely and will be used effectively. I was pleased when he mentioned retired AIG Mr. Lengo as one of the pioneers of this project and who has worked assiduously in his tenure as Director of Crime Services to realize this particular vision of those police chiefs in the past. Interestingly, unlike me as Director of Crime Services, I enjoyed 2 wings, the political will and the will of the Inspector General. For him, he lacked one. So that's why I could not realize it in his time. So, Mr. Lengo, I hope you are not jealous of what I've done in my time as Head of Crime Services. Having said that, let us move the program forward by having a statement from the head or representative of Interpol Wapis from Cameroon. You are most welcome.
Your Excellency, Ambassador from ECOWAS member states, Your Excellency, the representative of the Ambassador of the EU delegation to Freetown, Inspector General of Sierra Leone Police, Head of Law Enforcement Agency present, representative from the civil society organization, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Interpol Secretary General, I have the pleasure to welcome you all and to thank you for honoring our invitation in the middle of your busy schedules to attend this inauguration ceremony of the West African Police Information System Wapis and National Crime Management System Center NCMS, hosted here at the CID headquarters. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come a long way in the implementation of the Wapis program in West Africa, which started in September 2012, where the program was launched beginning with 4 pilot countries, namely Benin, Ghana, Niger, and Mali. In 2017, the program was rolled over to other countries in West Africa, including the Republic of Sierra Leone. Since then, the authorities in Sierra Leone have worked so hard within the framework of the Wapis implementation in the country and have met all the requirements necessary for the continuity of the implementation of the program. Starting with the signing of the MOU by the Honorable Minister of Interior with Interpol, the appointment of the single point of contact, alongside with the legal and IT experts, the allocation of office space, the deployment of personnel, enactment of Wapis legal text, and the signing of the I-24/7 extension. For these brilliant steps, let me congratulate the authorities in Sierra Leone for a great job done, and well done, Sierra Leone. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in order to reciprocate the effort of Sierra Leone, Interpol has deployed 80 workstations in the greater Freetown area, including Longley Police Station, the Ross Road Police Station, the Immigration Department, and the Anti-Corruption Commission. Conducted one major training session for 50 law enforcement personnel on the use of the NCMS system, refurbished and set up the Wapis NCMS Center here at the CID headquarters, which we are inaugurating today. We intend to continue the implementation of this program in Sierra Leone by providing additional equipment, trainings, and the automated fingerprint identification system, AFIS. The aim of the Wapis program is to support Sierra Leone law enforcement agency in the collection, storage, analysis, and sharing of electronic criminal data among themselves with the ultimate goal of combating all forms of crime, reinforce the capacity of the security forces in Sierra Leone to deal with all forms of violent crimes in the country, at the same time to be able to collaborate with other law enforcement agencies outside the country, within the West African region, and with the rest of the worldwide law enforcement community. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the intention of the European Union, Interpol, and ECOWAS to have a durable and a sustainable system that will stand the test of time. In order for us to accomplish this objective, the authorities in Sierra Leone are required to set aside a budget line in 2022 for the sustainability of the system after the implementation phase. Enact personal data protection law and publish the ECOWAS Supplementary Act 2010 on personal data protection law. Ensure that personnel trained to the use of the Wapis NCMS system remain in post for at least 3 years. Require the Wapis NCMS end user to populate the system with criminal data and to use this system for everyday work, for investigation, controls, including controls at the border. For the heads of law enforcement agencies, take advantage of the data collected and the statistics generated by the system to outline your strategies against all the threats your country is facing and to define your annual action plan. Ladies and gentlemen, the success recorded in Sierra Leone would not have been accomplished without deliberate effort made by all the stakeholders. Therefore, let me, on behalf of Interpol Secretary General, thank the European Union for providing 100% funding of the Wapis program in West Africa. Thank you, European Union. Without the political support from the ECOWAS Commission, I must state here that it would have been very difficult, if not impossible, to implement the Wapis program in Sierra Leone. Therefore, let me thank the ECOWAS Commission for always standing by Interpol on the implementation of this program. For the demonstration of political will by the government of Sierra Leone, please permit me to express my profound gratitude to the Honorable Minister of Interior for the leadership demonstrated within the implementation of the program in Sierra Leone. Thank you, Minister of Interior. I cannot leave this podium without mentioning our in this country, the Inspector General of Police, who has been so instrumental within and supportive for Interpol. Your Excellencies, I crave your indulgence to join me express our sincere thanks and appreciation to the Inspector General of Police of Sierra Leone. Thank you, IGP. And also thank you to his management team and all the participating law enforcement agencies, including the Chief Immigration Officer, the Commissioner Anti-Corruption Commission, the Executive Director NDLA, and the Office of the National Security for their resilience, commitment, and sacrifice they are making every day to ensure the successful implementation of this program in Sierra Leone. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, representative of Interpol, Wapis, for your statement. You have taken us through the history of Wapis, special emphasis on efforts made by all stakeholders towards its expansion in Sierra Leone. Interpol, they have the record, they have the experience and the expertise in building police capacity building activities and police data management. So that's why the EU thought it fit to grant them the funds to devise and implement this project. We move with the program. It has been said here quite more often than not that the brain behind this successful implementation of Wapis in the region, West Africa, is the effort principally by the EU. They provided 100% of the fundings. So it is now my pleasure to invite the head of the political section of the EU to make a statement.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Honorable Chief Minister, Inspector General of the Sierra Leone Police, heads and officials of law enforcement bodies, head of Interpol Wapis program, members of the diplomatic corps, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Honor for me to be here today representing the European Union delegation at the inauguration of the National Crime Management System, West African Police Information System, Data Collection and Registration Center. This center will operationalize the West African Police Information System, or Wapis, in Sierra Leone. The Wapis system is an initiative of West African countries under ECOWAS to build an effective national, regional, and international response to national, regional, and international criminal threats, security threats, including transnational organized crime and terrorism. Transnational security threats and challenges do not stop at borders, and therefore they cannot be effectively tackled by one state alone. They need a joint, coordinated, international, regional, and national response. This is precisely the objective of the Wapis system. It is to enhance the capacity of law enforcement agencies of West African countries to fight security criminal threats effectively by improving their capacities to collect, process, analyze information, and to share information among national security bodies, but also with other countries in the region and beyond through Interpol. Wapis system is supported by a multi-annual program which is funded by the European Union and implemented by Interpol in all 15 ECOWAS countries and also in Mauritania and Chad, with the political and strategic support of ECOWAS. The program started in 2012 and will finish in 2022. The Memorandum of Understanding between the government of Sierra Leone and Interpol for the operationalization of Wapis was signed 3 years ago in January 2019. This center in Sierra Leone is the 9th operational Wapis data center in West Africa, and more inaugurations are planned in the coming months in other West African countries. So this is really a network in which Sierra Leone is embedded now. I would like to briefly explain how the Wapis system works. The Wapis system is used at 3 different levels: national, regional, and global. First of all, at national level, it creates a national centralized system of police information that collects, processes, and analyzes police data from different national law enforcement agencies in a digital format, and also shares that information electronically among all law enforcement agencies in the country. Secondly, at regional level, the national systems, like the Sierra Leonean system, are networked into a regional information sharing platform to exchange police data among countries of the West African region. And thirdly, at global level, each national Wapis system shares police information via the Interpol Global 24/7 Secure Communication System. This center that we are inaugurating today, this Data Collection and Registration, or DACOR Center, is a capital step in the establishment of a Wapis system in Sierra Leone. It will significantly improve the country's capacity to respond to national, regional, and international criminal threats in an effective way, including transnational threats like transnational organized crime and terrorism. It will bring together all security and law enforcement bodies, including the police, the Immigration Department, the Anti-Corruption Commission, in the process to collect, centralize, register, analyze, share information from all these bodies from different criminal cases, and also sharing that information with other countries in the region and Interpol in real time. I would like to commend, on behalf of the European Union, the Sierra Leonean authorities and law enforcement bodies for their active support in the implementation of the Wapis program in Sierra Leone and the creation of this center. Without your support, without your active involvement, it wouldn't have been possible. However, this is only the first step. And we encourage the Sierra Leonean authorities to keep this Wapis system as a priority of the national security strategy. We encourage the Sierra Leonean authorities to take steps to ensure the long-term sustainability of the Wapis system beyond the Wapis program that finishes in 2022. And in particular, we encourage Sierra Leonean authorities to publish in the National Gazette the ECOWAS Supplementary Act on Personal Data Protection, to adopt a law on personal data protection applicable to the Wapis system. Very important, to ensure a budget allocation for the system, and also to ensure that staff trained in the use of the Wapis system, already present at the DACOR and other Wapis locations, remain in post for at least 3 years. All these steps would be crucial to ensure the long-term sustainability of this very important system. The Wapis system is a crucial tool to improve the capacities of security bodies in Sierra Leone. The Wapis program has been implemented for the benefit of Sierra Leone and for the benefit of the Sierra Leonean people. Organized crime, for instance, results in great losses for the Sierra Leonean economy. Security threats compromise the stability of the country. This matters to the Sierra Leonean people. This is why national ownership of the Wapis system and ensuring its long-term sustainability beyond the Wapis program is so important, because it will have a positive long-term impact in the fight against threats that affect the country and its people. And therefore, it will have a positive impact for the benefit of Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans. We encourage Sierra Leone authorities to continue the journey that has started today. And thank you very much for your presence here today.
I want to thank you very much, the head of the political section of the EU, for taking us through. I want to thank you for providing the funds so that we can continue to meet our international commitments like this one. Yes, at this point, let me use this opportunity to recognize the presence of the chairman of the Oversight Committee for Internal Affairs, Honorable Olusan Kano. You are most welcome, sir. The EU, we cannot stop thanking you for your interventions in various forms at different times of the history of this country. So we ask that you continue to support, and the Inspector General has made a very strong commitment that he will ensure that the national crime management system is working. And I'm also happy that you have mentioned the issue about putting aside a standing budget for the sustenance of the system. And I'm glad also that you've said that in the presence of the Chief Minister, who is very close to where the funds are coming from. I know, I trust him, because when he was Minister of Finance, he tremendously supported our efforts to make sure that this vision is realized. So we are pretty certain that having had the presentation of the head of the political section, we will escalate it, and Wapis system will not be starved of funds. At this point, we have come to the high point of the occasion. Very key in all what we are doing. We have the Honorable Chief Minister here to come and make his own statement. It is now my singular honor and pleasure to invite the Honorable Chief Minister to make a statement.
Thank you very much, Mr. Navigator. The Inspector General of Police, present here, Honorable Member of Parliament, Chairman of Oversight Committee of Police, Head of the European Union, or the representative of the European Union, senior police officers, and other chiefs of the security sector. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. It is a great honor for me to be part of this historic occasion and to deliver a statement, the inauguration of the West African Police Information System project in Sierra Leone, commonly called Wapis. The Wapis, which was established in 2012 initially, is an ECOWAS program, we are informed, funded by the European Union, implemented by Interpol. The Wapis program was extended to Sierra Leone under the Wapis EDF in 2017 and reform, and the MOU was finally signed in 2019. Taking into consideration the importance of the project in promoting regional peace and security, the government of Sierra Leone, through the Ministry of Internal Affairs, has worked seriously with other partners to establish the Wapis Data Collection and Registration Center, which is being inaugurated today. The distinguished guests, primary objective of Wapis, you have already been told, is to enhance the capacity of law enforcement agencies. I must emphasize that the new direction manifesto promise to develop the capacity of police to combat crime. And this project is in support of the policy visual government. The project aims at enhancing the capacity of law enforcement agencies in West Africa to combat transnational organized crime and terrorism, putting the sole video by facilitating the sharing of information. You will agree with me, information is power. Without information, you really cannot do anything effectively. It serves a platform of exchange for criminal data, sharing of experiences and best practices between the 15 ECOWAS member states and the Islamic Republic of Mauritania. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the government has given its fullest support to the implementation of Wapis project right from the inception. And on behalf of government, I would like to pledge that we will do everything to make sure the systems remain operational. It is not surprising, therefore, that the country provided the premises to host the Wapis Data Collection Center, which is responsible for the management and operationalization of the Wapis system, the CIA headquarters. This is a clear indication of the commitment of His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Madabio, who has a security background in ensuring the maintenance of national, sub-regional, and global peace and security. The project, we are told also, will promote strong working relationship between law enforcement agencies of Sierra Leone and the country, West African sub-region. In addition, it will bring together security service providers and other agencies which maintain data on crime and criminals in the pursuit of the common objective. It's further expected to raise the awareness of the general public and the financial and political support of the stakeholders, namely the European Union, ECOWAS, and Interpol. Drug and human trafficking, the proliferation of squad, and financing of terrorist groups constitute a huge threat to the security of the country and the sub-region. The use of modern technology such as Wapis boosts the effort of the law enforcement agencies in the fight against human and drug trafficking, terrorist activities, and other forms of illegal activities. The project will enhance regional and global security cooperation as it strives to address insecurity emanating from transnational organized crime. Organized criminal network, maritime crimes, and other illicit activities at sea along the coast of West Africa. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of government of Sierra Leone, let me re-echo our support for the sustained implementation of the Sierra Leone chapter of Wapis project. Let me also acknowledge the personnel who have responsibility for the execution of this project to work honestly so as to achieve the objectives of the project. The European Union, ECOWAS, Interpol, and other donors whose efforts have able Sierra Leone in the sub-region and security apparatus, I want to express on behalf of government our sincere appreciation. Thank you for being with us at all times, and thank you particularly for this learning achievement. It is now my singular honor to declare the DACO project commission and look forward to it. Thank you.
I want to thank you, Honorable Chief Minister, for that encouraging statement you have made. We are moving the program forward. I'm particularly satisfied that you have reiterated government's commitment to support the successful implementation and sustenance of this particular program. I know I've also experienced that, my Honorable Chief Minister, when he was Minister of Finance, he was very, very much interested in security, just like his successor, Mr. Dennis Vandi. So we have that person as guest of honor, and we are happy that as we have found government's commitment. Now, coincidentally, the Honorable Chief Minister, in your tenure as Finance Minister, you gave huge support to this program. And at this juncture, we are going to do a presentation of a certificate of recognition to the government of Sierra Leone through you as the Chief Minister. That is going to be done by the head of Interpol / Wapis. So it's now my pleasure to invite the head of Interpol, representative of Wapis, here present to present certificate of recognition to the Honorable Chief Minister, and that will be followed by another presentation to the Inspector General of Police, who is the custodian of internal security of the Republic of Australia. Yes. Yes, I need to come forward. Sorry, sir. Yes, that is the Honorable Chief Minister receiving the certificate of recognition. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Indeed, it's a pleasure for us, for you to receive that particular certificate on behalf of government, as your efforts are remembered. It's also my pleasure to invite the Inspector General of Police, who is actually, he has provided the administrative will which I enjoyed, which I enjoyed that Mr. Lego did not enjoy. So please let me go forward and receive your Thank you very much. Well, I'm sure all of us together at this morning, we are very pleased that we have realized that in the absence of an effective automated police information sharing framework, no law enforcement strategy can combat those threats which are facing the sub-region. So it is my fervent belief that we work together at all the remote stations to keep it going so that we can achieve our common objective. Now, we are coming to another item on the program, which is the cutting of the ribbon by the Honorable Chief Minister. That will be followed closely by a visit to the Wapis Center, to the DACO, to look at what is in place. And I want to assure you, the Honorable Chief Minister, that whatever you are going to see there is replicated in all the other remote stations across the country. So we are going to do it like this because of the number of people. We are going to have it orderly. The high table led by the Honorable Chief Minister will be led to the DACO for inspection, cutting of the tip and inspection. So, Honorable Chief Minister, you are invited to go to the DACO. You will be led by our representative in Interpol, Dr. Hassane, who is also a brain behind this thing. He has made so much effort. He has contributed quite a lot. He has flown in separately to make sure this thing works. So, Dr. Hassane, you can lead the Honorable Chief Minister, the IGP, and the head of the political section, and then the representative of Wapis. After
capturing criminal debtors and crime committed within Sierra Leone. The system is based on cloud system, and we have the physical server based up at third floor. We have the computer, which is used for data of all criminals being brought for profiling. We have the scanner, this is the FBI 424 scanner. We have the signature pad. We have the camera. We have the use to take the photo of the suspect brought in for profiling. May I have your kind permission to lead you to the center base?
Gando! The press. Guys, come. Hurry up. Gando! Get set. Get set. Wait.
Not to the civil honor. So convey this man. Interpol, ECOWAS, CDAO, European Union, National Crime Monitoring System, Wapis, Sierra Leone, West African Police Information System. So, what do I cut? Can I cut green? Somebody else will cut it. White.
security code. That's good. I love that. Exactly. What's wrong with that? Let's just get few people. Yes. Press. Breathe.
Command center.
At least police students overall. Monitor what we sustain. Can you have this swap?
Command center for the 7 regions in the country.
You take the information and send it to the system.
Yes, sir. And the processing and the supervising for the
So even before you go to court?
yes, sir. When it's suspect being charged for
So now you have the ability to give police clearance.
yes, sir.
Because you seem to be signing police clearance.
Yeah, before now. We are just managing that was normal.
So now anybody who comes, who wants police clearance, you can check the system.
Yes, sir.
What about those that are at court level?
Court level, we can get the data from the court clerk. So we can input that they have the computer.
If it is criminal matter, before you go to court, you must have captured your data. And that's the reason why we are here. There are cases they are doing. They will now capture the data through the ACC because they will take their fees. They have these facilities as well, and they will just send it here. Immigration, similar things with immigration.
When I talk about the court,
Those convicted, our people are in court every day.
so when that, how are you going to link that up? When you are convicted, information comes here.
That is legal one.
What we do, we are going to whatever work together with master legs, so we will be able to
Friends, families, and loved ones out of airtime, and you need to send them some from your Africell line? It's easy. Dial *121#, enter the amount you want to transfer, then enter the receiver's number. Press 1 to confirm. You'll receive an SMS notification confirming your transaction. Cost per transaction is 225 leons. It's that easy. Africell.
And one good thing about this thing, the cameras, as long as it captures people, if that person has been fingerprinted here, you will see the person captured.
So now you're saying when someone is has profile, real asset, that they continue when it goes for a job or
I know what I'm saying here. My camera can go as far as Botakina and as far as Kita, as London. If if people are passing and they are using the green arrow to assert them, if you are a criminal, your name is going to be written. So if you want to get you arrested, I'll just take my phone and call. Go XYZ, person passing there, a social person is involved in that.
Is it possible to give a police clearance to somebody that has been profiled?
No, I'm not talking about police clearance. Somebody is on the run.
I just want to know.
So every computer is for
Yeah, supervisor. This for Northeast. Media. This is supervisor.
So even a journalist who's involved in crime can be captured.
That's really nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was just asking, even a journalist who's involved in crime can be captured.
Yeah, no, we are very peaceful.
So the journalist who's involved in crime.
Well, libel is not a civil matter, so it's not like a criminal matter. So he has to be
Yeah, okay.
Okay. This progress, normally there are two things about this thing. Sustainability police, more or less, we have attention to it. If you decide to pay less attention to this, in favor of some other project, the system collapse. You should be close to your heart. I should be close to the police, not only to your heart. I'm the police. But you may not be there.
When I go someone there,
But that's what I'm saying. Everybody has to internalize that because you have that line you have to be.
yes.
I mean, by the time somebody else comes, you have to take over. That's one. And secondly, the efficiency of this thing really depends on manpower. So adequate manpower, we have to be team. So that when Mr. Lee is not there, there's no that does that. And you should not take the system to mean the system where you can make money around. To the credibility of the system, otherwise you're going to be giving police clearance.
That's my question.
So now we have automated system, at least we'll be able to know. Henceforth, he knows he should police clearance after crimes. I will convey according to the president and stand by you to the necessary support. And I will employ you to report on this at the security meeting.
Well, I wish you every success.